Hello, and welcome to RIME Entertainment Showcase with your hosts, Rita and Mel.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this month's edition of RIME Entertainment Showcase. Her name is Rita.
My name's Rita.
And
her name is Mel.
My name is Mel. Yep, so I know we're in March. This is a March episode. We're all in it. The whole world's in it. Did she just... Yeah, anyway. Yeah, we're all in this. The whole world is in this mode where we're social distancing. And yeah, so basically, hence why we've got a bit of distance between us today.
Put me to the back.
I've put her to the back, but you never know, she might come to the front and I'll just edge in slightly that way. But today, our episode is really relevant.
Really appropriate.
Yeah, relevant and appropriate. Rita, do you want to give the viewers an idea of who we're talking to today?
Yeah, our special guest of the month is Sarah Rose, who is an online business specialist.
Yep.
And we're talking about everything to do with being online. In this current climate, it's going to be difficult in terms of if you run a business or if you're just having to stay in self-isolation. You need to make money. So we do share some great tips. Sarah Rose is an expert at how to build an online business, and it's basically an interview to inspire you to not give up and for you to know that there are possibilities out there to stay connected and to make money.
Absolutely. So we know a lot of us are either going to feel the pain in terms of being at home, and also, make sure you're taking time out for yourselves. Like, okay, not everyone is going to be unwell during this time. It is going to get a little bit stressful, but the main thing to do is about, keeping yourself going. Having an online business is definitely a good backup to have. So we'll let you listen to the interview, and yeah, we hope you enjoy what we definitely enjoyed it, but yeah, definitely enjoy Sarah Rose's advice. See you in a bit. Hi everyone, welcome to RIME Entertainment Showcase. Our next segment is our special guest of the month. So today we've got the pleasure of talking to Sarah Rose. So Sarah, you are a launch your own business specialist who empowers women. Welcome to RIME Entertainment Showcase. It's so lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much. It's so lovely to be here. It's my honor. I'm so excited. We've been talking for some time now, so to actually collaborate is like super exciting.
Perfect. Okay, great. So talk to us a bit more about your business. So when did you actually know you wanted to run this kind of business? Like, talk us through that.
Well, it's an interesting story, actually. I'll try to make the long story short, but pretty much my whole life. My mom was a single mom of 3 kids, and she knew that if she were to go get a traditional job, it wasn't going to make a dent in our financial situation. She wanted to be there for us throughout the whole growing up process and beyond. And she went from 6 figures in debt to creating a multi-7-figure empire in network marketing and coaching. And so I followed her lead. After college, I tried to get some real jobs and said, that's your path, that's not for me. I'm going to show you that I can do it another way. And just discovered that employment was not for me. I'm not knocking it, but I tried it and I just felt locked in, and I thought, I've got to figure out my own path, becoming an entrepreneur. So it was just sort of like instilled, ingrained in the DNA.
Yeah, and it seems like you've had that as a role model from growing up, so that's really helpful for you to just go forth and do that. So amazing.
Yes, it is. I'm very grateful for that. And now we're business partners today. We share ideas, information, and different ways of doing business, but it's been pretty cool.
Amazing.
It's great because you've got that almost that backup and that support when things get a little bit tough.
she's
Right.
had that experience of, no, hang in there, I guess, and almost like your mentor in that sense.
And that's so true, you know, and I'm grateful to have that, because there have been days that I've called her and been like, is this ever going to work? Am I ever going to make any money? Like,
Yeah.
screaming myself, you know, on the edge of the bridge, and she's talked me down every time, like, hang in there, hang in there. But that experience is something that now I can pass on to my clients and my team to say, you know, keep going. You're on the right path. Your success is inevitable.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
good.
definitely. So, in terms of your journey, obviously, the career that you've got, you know, it's like almost that dream career where you're living the life that you want to live and what you've created. What is that journey like? I mean, you've mentioned obviously there are some ups and downs, but can you tell us a little bit more about the journey itself?
Yes, I think sometimes you have this outlook of what you think the journey is going to look like.
Yeah.
Life comes at you, life happens, and sometimes you've got to pivot, but you can never ever quit. So a few years ago, my husband and I came upon an unexpected financial crisis. We lost everything. Um, he's an entrepreneur as well, and so we both found ourselves having to start over later in life. I was a stay-at-home mom. I didn't have an income. I hadn't worked in years. I didn't have a resume. I looked into my options to see what was out there, and there just was nothing. Everything after taxes would go to childcare. I mean, you guys probably hear this a lot. Um, so I had to go looking for my options, and I knew that it was going to take some time. That's a big part of being an entrepreneur. Is there's a big learning curve. There's also a testing period.
Definitely.
And I spent a long time throwing spaghetti at the walls, hoping that, you know, and praying and manifesting that something was going to happen. So I actually had to like really take a step back and go looking for the information I needed to get with the times, to learn the marketing modern strategies and tools that were going to help my business fly. Because what gets you here doesn't always get you there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there was someone right now thinking, okay, I actually want to do something for myself, but obviously, you know, she's a stay-at-home mum, and you know, it's like I've got all these responsibilities at home. I mean, obviously, like myself and Mel, we don't have children, so you know, we can't advise them. But for yourself, you know, you've had that experience, you know, you've lived through it. What would you say to someone who may be thinking, I'd love to start something, I'd love to do my own business, but,
Yeah.
you know, what would you say to them?
Well, that is a great question. So I just mentioned I scaled way back last year to go and learn so much and put the pieces together of having a visible brand online. And that's what I'm teaching now within my program and to my one-on-one clients, my team, is that when you have clarity on the sort of business that you want to build based on your passions, based on your core uh, knowledge of who you are and who you want to serve, it doesn't seem like hard work. It's fun, it's playful, you're in the flow, you're having a good time because you're creating something that's for you and also something that's making a difference and an impact for others. So first of all, I would say, you know, we should probably talk and figure out what your passions are and what the bigger vision of your life and your business is going to look like. And then we take those passions and we build a brand around it. And then I give you the strategies and tools that you need to run with it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is also that as a mom, you're going to have moments where you feel frustrated because you feel like you should be working on your business when you have to be spending time with your child, and vice versa. You feel like you should be spending time with your child when you should be working on your business. But right now, in this global climate that we're in, and people are being forced to work from home because schools are closing and kids are coming home, you know, there's never been a better time to have an online business. If you don't already have one, get one ASAP. Because you know you can have your kids playing games, or Sophie's up in her room right now playing with her dolls and with her LOLs, and you know you find that balance,
Definitely.
um, and you just don't feel guilty anymore because you just know that everything's going to get done. And right now we are being forced to slow down and find a new flow, and
That's right.
you're going to find your balance. It just might take, it might not happen on the first day or the first week.
Yeah.
Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself because if you don't take time to care for yourself too, it's impossible to pour from an empty cup. So you have to give yourself that space and that time to figure out your balance.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, totally agree.
So, in terms of, especially on the online business side of things, how do you find the balance of always, communicating with someone online rather than in person, especially within the current situation that the whole world is in now? Um, what's some of the frustrations, but also how do you find the balance in having that personal interaction as well as the online interaction? How does that work? Does it feel a little bit isolated?
That's a good question. Last year I spent so much time behind the screen learning, testing, implementing that at the beginning of this year, funny enough, I was like, maybe I should get into some more like offline networking events. And I joined a couple of local events with some really empowered, amazing entrepreneurs just like us. And now that's not an option.
Mm. Yeah.
So, it's as we were talking about before we started recording, is that we're so grateful and blessed that we have online businesses. And it might not look like business as it did before, but thankfully we're living in modern times. It's not the black plague of hundreds and thousands of years ago. We have modern tools where we still can have that interaction, like Zoom and FaceTime and Skype. It's not the same as hey, hi, love you guys, but at least we have the capability to have this face-to-face interaction still. I used to do most of my business on phone calls, and now I do a lot more on Zoom because I love, I think you can see the other person's excitement, and they can see your passion, and it's more of this interactive than just an old-fashioned phone call.
Absolutely. I think, technology is really blessed. I mean, we're really blessed with technology. I mean, because without this, I mean, honestly, right now doing this just an audio, it would be very much more question and answer rather than just having a conversation. And again, feeding off of each other's facial expressions, all of this really does help.
And the energy, I think, is different.
Definitely. Because, I mean, a lot of the interviews that we do, and even with yourself, you feed off, like when we're talking about online businesses, you can see that energy, you can see that passion, and it makes the conversation just flow a lot easier. And I even think working one-to-one with clients, they feel more comfortable and they open up to you, and they're still in their safe space if they're at home or wherever they are. So it has its pros, I guess.
It does, and I think even right now in the climate of the world that's happening to us, that is another perk of having a global business online, is continuing the interaction with other humans. Because if you don't have that, and you are a stay-at-home mom and you're stuck at home with your kids, and I love having Sophie home, but and you're home all the time only with your kids. Let's say, God forbid, you can't do a play date or see your friends. Maybe somebody's in your family is sick and you don't want to and you're literally stuck at home with no interaction. I mean, I think it's a huge perk of having a global business. You still get to interact, you still get to be creative and use your mind and have something. It's like a distraction, magical, miraculous distraction that can still be bringing income into your family during these, oh my God, like biblical times.
That's right.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So you chose to help ambitious women. Why women only within your business?
It's funny you asked that because I have had several men reaching out lately to work with me too. And every now and then, if they're ambitious and coachable, I'll work with them too. Inside my program, it's called Ethically Aligned. It's a really safe place for women to come and ask their questions, to show what they're working on and get that positive feedback. And it's in a feminine energy. We talk a lot about the woo and the divine and this sort of thing. And so I think that resonates more with women. But like I said, if there's a man out there who is like, I really want to know what you're teaching and I love this stuff,
Yeah.
and then, you know, let's have that conversation and maybe
Yeah.
work a little bit differently together than I would a woman client, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about having that flexibility, which is definitely worth, you need that, yeah.
And having that rapport, you know, because obviously there are men who are very particular about certain things, and if you feel that that energy is not open, then it will cause problems. And then there are some men that are very open and willing to try different things. So yeah, totally agree with you.
Okay.
What part of the business would you say that you enjoy the most?
I don't know. It's hard to pick just one. I love creating. I worked for many years as an interior designer and have my own business with that. And so I love pulling together the visual pieces, creating guides and workbooks and branding and colors and making everything beautiful for my clients and for my team. So I really love the creative aspect of that, but I also love seeing women's eyes light up when they see the potential, when they see the possibilities, when they go, okay, I got this, you know, and I'm excited to learn and test this, and then they start getting results, and it's like all of it comes together, and it's just a win-win for everybody.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely. That light bulb moment that really makes it worthwhile. You doing what you're doing makes it that bit much. It's the icing on the cake, isn't it? Yeah. Amazing. Lovely. Okay. Okay. So one of the things that it's quite of a tough question to ask in recent times, but we know that you like to travel. Okay. Give us some ideas of what is your favorite places to go to.
Well, Sophie and I just got back from Chiang Mai, from Thailand.
Lovely.
And I have to say, I would go back any day. Well, not any day right now. Maybe in a few months, but yes. I love Europe. My dream is to live in the English countryside. My husband's from England. We have family there. Probably my favorite place in the world. So I feel when I hear you all speaking in the Queen's English, I'm like, oh, it's my people. It's my home. Really, anyway, Europe. We lived in China for 8 months. So yeah, I'm all about traveling the world and making connections all over the world because it is a small world after all, right? I mean, here we are. When everybody's losing their minds in their heads, it's like Sunday morning, coffee, just having a chat with the girls, you know?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Which part of England is your husband from?
He is a Londoner. He's an East End boy, true Cockney, born within the Bow Bells.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice.
And our family's down in Hurstpierpoint, which is sort of horse country just outside of Brighton.
Oh, yeah, Brighton's really nice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because we're based in the East End as well. Well, we're in Essex now, but I was born in the East End, and you were born in South
London.
Yeah. So
We understand the rhyme and the slang, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I totally agree with you there, Sarah, in terms of traveling. It does, I mean, obviously, let's forget about the current climate that we're in at the moment. Let's put that to one side. But in terms of travel, what would you say is the benefits of traveling? I mean, obviously, you've mentioned a few there, but obviously that, you know, some people may be feeling, oh, you know, like maybe traveling is escapism, you know, like, oh, I can go on holiday, but that's it. I mean, why is it some of us are so passionate about traveling? Like speaking to yourself, who you know you enjoy traveling. What's the pluses? Like, I want us to encourage our viewers to explore the world, like you said, and obviously as a traveler yourself, you know, disregarding, as I said, this current situation, but we have been blessed with a beautiful world out there. So, what would you say are the pluses of traveling?
Well, it's a beautiful world, and I feel like we all have so much to contribute
Mm.
as a collective global community. Um, and it's exciting to explore other cultures and listen to other people's perspectives and ask questions about religions and
Mm.
what do you believe and why do you believe that way, and from a
Yeah.
non-judgmental place. You know, I'm just curious. I am so like childlike curiosity about the world and the people who live in it and the history and the architecture and the food, and it's the experiences, isn't it? It's the time freedom, the financial freedom, the opportunity to learn and grow and give back. And I don't even know beyond that. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
it's
a
the
feeling.
cultures.
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
like a spiritual journey as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
come back and you find yourself like, oh, I've got a new perspective of looking at things, even if it's from a weekend away to like 2 or 3 weeks away. You just come back thinking, do you know what? It isn't this little, tunnel that we're living in, or this, this small narrow-minded way that,
There's
we
more
have
to it.
the rat race that we're in. It's about there's other things that we can look at and explore the beauty. Yeah.
I love it. And also, if you find something that you want to collect, my daughter and I decided that we wanted to start collecting crystals from everywhere in the world. And so we found this crystal shop in Chiang Mai. We just got him a bunch of crystals. But I mean, if you look at our house, it's eclectic anyway. I'm sitting here with this marble Buddha head that I
Oh,
handcrafted in Hong Kong. It's like super heavy. But then, like, you see the Mary your bust. And so it's just having reminders too of the memories that you're creating. And that's what it's all about, right? Is we're only here once as far as I know. I mean, maybe more. But while we're here, why not create as many memories as we can? And like you said, enjoy the journey. Life can be hard enough as it is. So take the moment, get out there and explore the world. Have a childlike curiosity. Read the literature, learn the history,
Yeah.
take the
Definitely.
photos, and not because you can say that you did it, but so that you can always look back and remember.
And I think really, as an online entrepreneur, it's even more important because if you can have clients that are globally based, and it's nice to know, oh, I've been to Italy, I've been, to France or to America, and you can kind of relate and kind of connect with people having been to their country and understood their culture a little bit more. So I think maybe that also adds a little bit more to that online business that you're doing.
Relationship that you build with them. It's nice to have that connection, which is really
It's relatability too.
Yeah.
But that's not to say if you haven't ever traveled that you can't build a successful online business.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Make it part of your bigger vision for your life if that's something that you want. But if it's not a necessity. It's just I can imagine my life without it.
Yeah, it's just an added plus, absolutely. So in terms of your clients, what countries have you worked with in general?
That's so funny. Right now, I'm really based mostly in the U.S. and England.
Yeah.
But I've also done some work in Nigeria and South Africa, and so a lot of African connections as well from South Africa. And
Yeah.
Nigeria are so amazing. Like some of my greatest friends
Yeah.
who
No,
visit
that's
are there. So yeah, it's amazing how you can have these connections literally all over the world.
definitely. So what's next for Sarah Rose? What's the next venture into the business or expansion?
So right now I have an 8-week program called Ethically Aligned.
Yep.
And it is giving women the mindset and the tools that they need to create a successful business online. Whether you already have a concept and you know what that's going to look like, but you just don't know how to bring it online.
Yeah.
Or like you mentioned, you're a stay-at-home mom or you've just been laid off of your job and you have no idea what to do next, but you're thinking about maybe creating a business online to help point you in the right direction. So it's for baby businesses.
Perfect.
Businesses that are ready to get visible online and scale and fly. So we have aspiring coaches who are like, okay, I've got my course created. I know exactly what my message is, but I don't know how to get clients.
Yeah.
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 We have network marketers who are like, you know what? I don't want to do the traditional ways of home parties and
Yeah.
tons of inventory and spamming people in the inbox. You know, so we're bringing back to that industry.
Mhm.
People understand the modern marketing tools and techniques and communicate effectively with people. We have educators. We have intuitive coaches, transformational coaches, just a really amazing, powerful, empowered group of women
Oh,
coming
that's
together
Mhm.
to learn and to share
Yeah.
ideas as we grow together. So it's pretty amazing.
That's great.
Absolutely perfect.
So where can our viewers find out more about your program and more about you, Sarah?
Well, I can send you some links if you want to drop them in the show comments, but also I'm across the board everywhere as Sarah Rose Global. So my website, sarahroseglobal.com, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, everywhere is Sarah Rose Global. Sarah with an H, Rose like a flower.
So good. Lovely. Any final message that you would like to share with the viewers?
There has never been a better time to have an online business. And I've been screaming this from the rooftops for a long time because there is no such thing as job security. Even after this crisis is over, you can see that people are going to be staying home more.
Yeah.
They're wanting to shop online more. Bricks and mortar is going to go away. And so, you know, for the large part. So if you're not already thinking about creating a backup plan, a financial plan for your future, now is the time. Get with the times.
I totally agree.
Definitely.
I mean, I've been doing online shopping since ages ago. Christmas, especially.
Oh yeah.
It's not about me going out there and dealing with it, but a lot of the times for me, I feel remote working works for me. My lifestyle, in terms of me making sure I've got that right work-life balance as well, being able to kind of cut off, take time to work out, and you know, without the traveling in between that, because sometimes that makes you more tired. So, but I think it is definitely the way to go. If that is a possibility, then go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can also get started in a home-based business, in an online business for, I mean, it doesn't take huge investments either.
Exactly.
You know? So it's not like a franchise where you're going out and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars for a really small investment. You can get started pretty quickly. So.
Yeah.
As long you've got your laptop, you've got your mobile phone, you've got internet. If you've got the passion, like you said, then there's no reason. Great message, Sarah. It's been a great interview, and just having your insight into online businesses and how important it is today.
How important and how perfect it is for this moment in time. I think, the stars aligned in terms of us having this interview for this month in particular. So we're so thankful for you taking the time out to be on the show.
Thank you, Mel and Rita. I'm so happy to be here and to know you both. And next trip to England, we'll have to.
Hopefully, like I'll get to Charleston as well. So I've been there before and definitely looking to come back as well. So
please. And our plan is to come at the end of July. So
yes,
fingers crossed we'll be there.
Definitely.
We'll keep in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah.
Bye. Hey,
Bye.
and welcome back. And we hope you enjoyed that interview. It was a really good interview, wasn't it, Mel?
Absolutely. I mean, it was really good to kind of look through these online tips, and also not even just the online tips, but the benefits of having an online business or just working remotely. Again, you know, if you have a remote business, it's not just about, you know, always having to commute to work or having to commute to the office. It is also about, you know, doing things in the comfort of your own home. A lot of us probably feel more empowered when we're in our own comfort zone. So not saying to you don't ever connect with the outside world, but there were a lot of benefits to having an online business, especially in what we're facing today with social distancing and trying to avoid health scares like coronavirus.
And we just want to say it is so important to listen to the advice and to the guidance you've been given regarding self-distancing. Please, please, please don't ignore it. Don't just rebel against it. If you take, I mean, we're here in the UK, we're told 12 weeks to, if we continue with this social distancing for at least 12 weeks, then we would be able to hopefully combat this spread of this virus. So although it's difficult, please, please, please don't ignore the advice that you're given. Don't ignore what you're supposed to do. Play your part in helping the vulnerable, helping every single one of us to be able to be healthy and to not continue with this spread of this virus, because we all want to be back to normal. We all want to have a summer.
Exactly.
And we just want to get back to enjoying life and the outside world again. So
absolutely,
just hold on tight during this
and
time.
also, can we also say that, you know, think about your local businesses as well. If there's any way that we can help them, even if it is especially restaurants and, you know, places of food where, you know, if they're offering takeaways or collections, you know, let's start using that, because again, you know, they're vulnerable financially. We need to help each other out as well. So you need to think about the local community, the vulnerable, and also think about the benefits as well. You know, use this time out to take time out for you, exercise. If you're looking to kind of, you know, train your body and get that beach body ready, because hopefully we will be done by the time we get to June, July, fingers crossed and prayers. Then by that time you might be beach body ready. So again, it's not saying to you just to you know, ignore your health and just work out like a crazy person, but you know, moderate exercise, eat well, look after yourselves. It's not, I know we all deserve treats. By the way, it's my birthday, so yeah, this coming week. So again, I want some treats, but I'm not going to deprive myself of that one day of treating myself. But I am going to make sure that at least throughout the other parts of the week, I'm still healthy and maintaining my you know, healthy diet. And that goes for you. We want to stay healthy. We want to keep healthy.
And also stay positive.
Yeah.
Because your mindset does play a part in rejuvenating your cells and your immune system. So please, please, please try and stay positive. Whatever is on Netflix, whatever's on in terms of TV that will make you laugh, whatever kind of games and stuff you can play if you've got obviously the children off school. Just try and be social with them as much as you can within the space that you've got. And even if it means bring out the board games, if you've got board games, you know,
Absolutely.
Let's go back to basics if we have to. And don't panic buy. Please, please, please stop panic buying.
Stop doing this. It's not helping anyone.
It's
actually
annoying.
Making people really stressed. So if anything, avoid this panic buying. The shops are still open. The stock is coming in. We haven't been told we cannot shop. So unless you have been told that, then okay, look, I understand you need supplies, but we need to think about each other. So let's use this time to make it a bit more positive. We could waffle on for ages about this, but the ultimate thing is about staying safe, being healthy. Let's stick to the rules, and then by the end of May, hopefully we would have been done with this, and then we can start to live our lives as we would normally.
Yeah.
But still, don't take anything for granted.
And just be grateful for what you have.
Absolutely. All right, so that's us signing out. Again, we'll have another great show in April. We're not going to give away what that show is about yet. But yeah, another great show, and you know, stay safe and healthy.
Just keep smiling and really, really try and find the fun things that you can do. So important.
Absolutely.
And that's going to see you through. So we're going to
make phone calls as well. Don't forget, if you've got loved ones that are abroad, if you've got people abroad that would like to hear from you, you know, stay in touch with people. I know we've got brilliant things like Facebook, Instagram. It might not be, you know, your elderly relatives or anything might not be on Instagram or anything,
or even just emails.
Just pick up the phone call. Like,
you know,
they want to
pick
hear
up the
from
phone.
you.
Yeah.
It's now this is actually proven that we need to stay in touch with people. So please do that. Do something positive. Pick up that phone. Call that old friend that you haven't spoken to in years. we're going to do the same. We need to listen to our own advice, of course, but again, maybe this is about us connecting with people from a different way rather than physical. Okay.
So we hope you enjoyed the interview, and remember, continue connecting, stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you next month.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for more RIME Entertainment Showcase.